Hey friends, welcome to Storybook Reader. Today, we're diving into a powerful idea, future pacing, the hidden key to creating the life you truly desire. Take a moment and ask yourself honestly, if today was the final chapter of your story, would you be able to smile and say, yes, this is exactly how I wanted to live? Or would a quiet voice whisper inside, I wish I had done more. I wish I had become more. I wish I had truly lived. Every morning when your alarm goes off, do you jump out of bed feeling alive? Or do you feel that weight, that quiet sense of, something's not right, but I don't know what it is? That's where the real story begins. The issue isn't that you lack dreams. The real issue is, you've never started living them. Deep down, you never truly believed they were possible. Most people say things like, I'll begin once I have the money. I'll start when life finally gives me time. I'll begin someday. But the truth is, that someday never really arrives. Not until you choose to live it right now. And that's the heart of future pacing. It's a powerful mindset that brings your future into the present. It's about thinking, feeling, and acting as if you're already the person you aspire to be. It's not about pretending. It's not about wishful thinking. It's about rewiring your brain to believe, I'm already walking in the footsteps of my future self. Let's say you dream of becoming a successful entrepreneur, a healthier, fitter version of yourself, or someone who wakes up every day driven by passion. Future pacing tells you, don't wait. Start living like that version of you right now. Chapter 1. The future is now. Most people believe their future is tucked away in some distant day, next month, next year, or a moment that somehow feels more right. They tell themselves things like, I'll change my life once I get a job. I'll start when the money shows up. I'll move ahead when the timing feels perfect. But here's the truth. The future doesn't just knock on your door. It begins the moment you decide, that's it. I've had enough. It's time to take control. The truth is, your life begins to change only when you make the decision to change today. The future you keep dreaming about, it's not going to show up on its own. You have to bring it closer, through your choices, your mindset, and your attitude, right here, right now. Every successful person has one powerful habit in common. They live each day as if they've already become the person they're aiming to be. They don't hold on to the belief, one day, I'll get there. Instead, they begin to see themselves, and carry themselves, as if they're already that version of who they want to be. Now pause and reflect. If you were truly living your dream life today, would your thoughts, your way of speaking, your daily habits, your energy, still look the same? Most likely not. Because the truth is, many of us are trapped in old patterns, constantly shaping our identity based on our past. And this is exactly what future pacing is all about. You have to shift your identity, first in your mind, then in your behavior. The moment you start believing, I already am the person I aspire to be, that's when real transformation begins. It's not about faking it. It's a deliberate strategy, a way to rewire your brain, because your mind holds on to whatever you feed it repeatedly. If you keep telling yourself, I'm behind, I'm not strong enough, I'm stuck, then that's the loop your brain will keep playing, again and again. But when you begin to show your brain, day after day, that you're already operating at that next level, when you start treating yourself as your future self, your entire energy begins to shift. The way you talk evolves. Confidence starts to show in how you carry yourself. Your decisions become sharper, because now you're choosing from a place of vision, not fear. Always remember, change begins in the mind, and then flows into your actions. And once your actions shift, your outcomes follow. That's why the first principle of future pacing is this: from this very moment, start living as the person you're becoming. Every time you think, act, or decide, ask yourself, is this how the future version of me would respond? If the answer is no, it's time to shift your mindset. Your old patterns of thinking will always lead you back to the same old results. But future pacing offers a new direction. Start living today as if your future has already arrived. This isn't a small mindset shift. It has the power to reshape the entire course of your life, because you become what you consistently think. And when your thoughts align with the confident, successful, calm, and focused version of yourself, your mind, your body, and your reality begin to reflect that alignment. The people who leave a mark on the world, they don't wait for the future, they think from it. That's why their choices, their relationships, their finances, everything begins to flow in harmony with the identity they've already claimed. It always ends up like this: I just have bad luck. Over time, this kind of story becomes our identity. But here's the truth: those lines, those excuses, this is just who I am statements, they're not your truth. They're lies. That's not your reality. Those are just habits. It's conditioning, programming that's been running in your mind for years, passed down by society, shaped by family, influenced by past experiences, and repeated over and over by your own thoughts, until it became your default. You keep using your past as the blueprint for your future. But if you're still holding on to yesterday's identity, how can you expect a different tomorrow? Until you let go of the outdated version of yourself, the new one can't take its place. That old self, it's just a memory, the one who made poor choices, lived in fear, gave up too many times, and only reacted to life. But that old version, that's not who you are anymore. You've already stepped beyond it, just by listening to this, by thinking deeply, by becoming aware. If you're here, reading or hearing these words, it means there's a part of you that's ready to change. But for that change to become real, you have to let go of who you used to be. You have to break away from the part of you that always delays, that shrinks in fear, that keeps whispering, maybe I'm not capable. That voice can't lead your life anymore. Every time you say, this is just how I am, you're putting up a wall inside your mind. You trap yourself in the same old loop and wonder why nothing shifts. But here's the truth, your past can be a reference, but it should never be your blueprint. The setbacks, the failures, they aren't your identity. They were lessons, not definitions. And that's what future pacing reminds you. Your past wasn't a story, it was preparation. The real story starts now, when you choose to activate your next version. Your subconscious mind is always on a mission to prove that you are who you believe you are. If you've accepted the label of being weak, unlucky, or just average, your mind will continue creating situations to reinforce that belief. But starting today, it's time to break that cycle. The moment you catch yourself saying things like, I can't do this, or, I don't have time, pause, and remind yourself, that's the old version of me speaking. I'm not that person anymore. Every transformation begins with one clear decision, the decision that says, I'm done being who I used to be. I refuse to keep repeating the story that's been holding me back. I'm no longer wearing an identity shaped by fear or doubt. From now on, I choose to redefine myself as someone aware, committed, growing, and improving every single day. And here's the beautiful part. The moment you start detaching from your old identity, the world around you begins to see you differently too. Because here's the truth, the world doesn't see you through your eyes. It sees you through the way you present yourself. If you keep treating yourself like a victim, life will keep handing you proof that supports that belief. But the moment you start treating yourself like a powerful creator, someone who's rewriting their story every single day, everything begins to shift. Your mindset, your words, your decisions, your entire reality starts to transform. And when you declare your mission with absolute conviction, your energy changes. You rise to a frequency where inspiration, clarity, discipline, and even a bit of magic begin to work in harmony. You become magnetic, not just because you understand attraction, but because your entire being is finally in alignment. Now is the time to stop just dreaming about your future and start living it in the present. It's time to come down from the clouds of imagination and plant your feet firmly in the reality you want to build. Because just thinking about your dreams over and over won't change anything. You have to turn those dreams into daily action. Future pacing isn't just a motivational idea. It's a way of living. It's not about saying, one day, I'll become that. It's about declaring, that life begins now. I'm already living it. And as long as you're only listening, or reading, nothing shifts. But the moment you start embodying it, living it, your reality begins to transform. It's time to awaken that voice inside you that says, I am already the one living my dream. I refuse to wait any longer. With every small choice, every small step, every single thought, you're shaping yourself into the person you were meant to be. This transformation doesn't come from how things look on the outside. It begins the moment you decide, fully and completely, that the old version of you is done. You stop viewing yourself through the lens of the world and start seeing yourself as the powerful, purposeful person you truly are. From this point on, you begin to see yourself not through the eyes of your past, but through the eyes of your future. Just imagine, if every morning, the very first thing you told yourself was, I'm here to live my vision, not just to survive. How different would your energy feel? Suddenly, you're not just going to work, you're moving with purpose. You're not waking up just to scroll your phone, you're waking up to set your intention. You're no longer chasing approval, because you now know who you are and why you're here. That's the true power of future pacing. It builds you from the inside out. And that deep inner clarity starts creating a life where your thoughts, your words, and your actions all move in harmony. Every little step, whether it's rising early, or choosing focus over distraction, reinforces a new belief within you. You're no longer who you used to be. You are now stepping into the version of yourself that's growing, evolving, and improving, day by day. And the more consistently you move toward that version, the less your future feels like a far-off dream. It starts becoming your present. Because here's the truth, Transformation is born through repetition. Every time you treat yourself the way your future self would, you're rewiring your brain, forming new neural pathways. And slowly, your subconscious begins to shift from who you were to who you're becoming. People often ask, how do I start? Where do I begin? The answer is simple. Start today. Start right here. Start from anywhere. Just don't stop. But don't just take any action. Take the kind of action that's aligned with your vision. Let your daily choices, your routines, your energy, reflect the future version of you that's already on the way. It's that consistency that transforms the ordinary into the extraordinary. You're not just watching life unfold like a pre-written movie. You're the one writing the script. Every single day. With every choice, every thought, every action. So let's leave behind excuses like, I didn't have time, or, I never got the opportunity. Because the truth is, you create the opportunity. And when you start living through the lens of future pacing, you stop being a passive observer and step into the role of an active creator. Now, you don't just follow what's trending, you define the direction. Your presence speaks for itself. I'm no longer someone who delays. I'm living with full conviction, full clarity, and a full heart. If you found value in this summary, make sure to subscribe to our channel, like, and share this video with someone who needs to hear it.